Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the player ratings. Everton 4, Brentford 1. Fantastic day at Goodison Park. It was just second half especially was just really good. And obviously a lot of people there today that may not normally be at the match, which helped the atmosphere. Loads of kids, loads of people who, you know, their dads probably got to take them to be able to take their kids to the game because it was a cup match. Really helped the atmosphere. I actually made a joke on Twitter earlier, which people don't seem to get, saying it. You could tell the people who don't normally go to the match because they were happy, and I meant that because sometimes you go to the match and there's an air of just foreboding. People like me are quite miserable. Whereas today there was a lot of people who don't normally get to go to the match because of obviously season tickets and stuff, who were on the waiting list, and you could feel a real sense of anticipation amongst them. And as I said, kids going to their first games and stuff like that, and it really helped. And you could see the difference in the players. First half was, you know, as I said on my instant match reaction, first half was a little bit similar to what it had been, but luckily enough we took the lead to obviously Yeremy in a corner. But second half, you could see the players keeping the ball more. You could see the players enjoying the ball more. Some of them really got a boost, I think, from the playing style today, which we'll talk about in a moment. And you know, seeing Everton score 4 goals is brilliant, isn't it? It's just brilliant. Anytime it happens. And to do it in an FA Cup game for Frank Lampard's first game as well, with, you know, all the new players who aren't playing as well, who were you know, ready to come into the side. No Dominic Calvert-Lewin, because I think that before the game the team news came out, and I think a lot of people were like, oh, but the manager didn't really have a lot to play with, did he? He didn't have a lot to play with. And then Ben Godfrey got injured as well, which he probably wouldn't have wanted Yeremy to get any game time. But he had to. And it just helped. It just really all helped. Everything helped. It was positive. It was great at the end. Getting like a last minute goal as well. So the last 5 minute goal really helped the mood as well. I think people relaxed then, because even a 3-1, you never relaxed, are you? Because let's be honest, at 2-0, we were absolutely cruising and conceded a penalty. And they were poor, but you can only beat what's in front of you, can't you? So it was a really good start. Obviously really good start, but not just the start, but the performance as well. And it was just nice to see so many happy faces around Goodison, and hopefully we can take that into Tuesday. And it was just a shame really that there wasn't more people who could go on. The ticketing thing was bizarre. It was just dead bizarre the way that the tickets had been sold from the middle, it looked like, to the end rather than from the end to the middle, meaning that there was a big section of what normally would be the away end empty, which is sad, because once more tickets went on sale, they went quite quickly, and it was just a disappointing that more people couldn't have gone into the game, so couldn't have got to the game. So it is what it is. But yeah, good win, good start, and as I said, everyone was really positive. And at the end, you could see loads of people getting photos and stuff with their kids, and loads of people getting their first games and stuff like that. So going to the first games, and people coming from, you know, I spoke to some people who'd come up from Anglesey before the game, and you know, they might not be able to get to the game together. So it was really good that kind of atmosphere was generated. Because, you know, some of us do sit there week in, week out as season ticket holders, and I can only talk for myself here, and you do get worn down by it. And it is good to have that the freshness of having other fans there who don't always go to the game, who always can't get the game, and they bring that to the ground. And if we're trying to talk about atmospheres and stuff like that, that's why maybe if we go to Bramley Moor Dock, maybe we cap the season tickets at I don't know, 30,000 maybe, and try and fill the rest of the ground with people who can't come every game. Maybe because you do get that you do get the freshness of fans who can't come every week, and obviously they love it. They come with their mates and stuff. So really enjoyable day, and hopefully it's the first of many. And Frank Lampard got his name sung straight away. It took barely minutes to get Frank Lampard sing a song going for him, when obviously Rafa Benitez never got that. So it's just nice to go to the match and feel, well, relaxed, I suppose. The second half was saying once we got the third goal, because I think a lot of people would have been thinking when it went 2-1, thinking, oh, where we go, heads down. But we kept on attacking, and that was the main thing. So really happy with that. Let's start with the player ratings, get into the player ratings. Jordan Pickford made one really good save in the first half. The Gladys Street, nice little move they put together. And I think it was going like top corner, he put a good save in. And then obviously we had the penalty situation, but it was difficult for him today because the wind was a bit nuts, and it must have affected what he wanted to do with his kicking. And I thought he handled it quite well. So I'll give Jordan Pickford a 7. I thought he was very consistent all game. And as I said, that wind was causing panic. It was mad when you were watching them take the corners. It was just mad watching the trajectory of the ball, and obviously that will affect the kicks as well. So so we played all right. Defence. I wasn't sure how we were going to line up or how it was going to pan out, but it got the job done. Seamus Coleman started in a right wing back role, wasn't it? Although it never really settled into a proper. Neither wing backs never really settled into being proper wing backs. It was a bit odd. Just the way it played out. But he was fine. He was fine. Couple of hairy moments on the ball. There was one where he done the thing where he turns, when he's on the right and he turns round and he goes the other way and he put a ball across the box, and I think one of their players nearly cut it out and gives you little heart attack moments. But he was fine. I've given Seamus Coleman 6.5. He was fine. A couple of runs going forward, and that didn't lead to much. But you know, you can see the effort, enthusiasm, and the work rate, and you know he this is why people love him at the club, because they know they can always count on him. On the other side, Michalenko, difficult game for him, I must admit. It's going to take this lad a little bit of time. It really is. I don't quite know whether he knew if he was coming or going today. I really don't. I don't know if he knew if he was coming or going. Because he defensively, I thought he was fine. But getting forward, he just didn't know at times where to go, and he didn't really take on the fullback too much. I think he improved second half, but he's going to take work, this lad. He's going to take work and patience. He's going to take patience as well. I think as a wing back, I wanted him to attack more, whereas I don't think he really got at them at all. Defensively, he was fine. I think he just looks nervous. You look at him and you see a nervous player, and I think he's going to take time, and it's about giving him time and having patience with him and letting him get up to the speed. And then once he's up to the speed, I think it'll take, then his natural talents will start to come out as a player. It's difficult. You move from a new country, you move in the middle of the season as well. You haven't played for a while. Of course it's difficult. And it will take him time. It's just a case of the Premier League is so cut and thrust that how much time do you get? This is why you want to buy players who are pre-season, so that they are bedded into the squad and can grow into the league, as the league at the beginning of the league is, isn't maybe as fast on the first day, in the first few weeks, and just get them up to speed. It's really difficult when you're bringing a player in. And hopefully he does. Hopefully he gets better. We've spent a lot of money on him. He's young. He's got time. He's got good coaches around him. So I've given him a 5.5, because I just don't think he was either or today. I just think he was a little bit. Again, I wanted to see him beat the fullback, and I don't think he did it too often. And then yet sometimes he'd be really narrow, and not be out to the winger. So, and obviously he went off, and John Joe Kenny came on just to shore up the last 15 minutes or so, or whatever it was. So, so hopefully he gets better. Let's hope he gets better. Michael Keane had this was a good game for Michael Keane. He wasn't up against too much. He dealt with a lot of the aerial balls well. He looked like the manager give him a bit of confidence. He started the game as our centre back, and I think it suited him today. And he was fine. He was fine. Didn't do nothing stupid. Dealt with everything in the air. And it was genuinely fine. It was genuinely fine, and that's all you want from Michael Keane, just for him to be fine. So I'll give him a 7. Mason Holgate was a bit nervous on the ball. I think too many times he was. I think this is the problem with Mason Holgate is I don't know if it's cockiness or just has a real confidence in his own belief. They might be the same things, but he does seem to lose concentration, and that can sometimes leave him not losing the ball or anything, just put himself in situations where it's a little bit too close to call, and then depending on the opposition, that can lead to issues. But listen, he got the 3rd goal. Again, he was fine second half, dealt with most things. And again, I'll give him a 7, again, because he got the goal. So again, they didn't really trouble. I didn't think too much. Ben Godfrey, again, started the game okay, was doing fine, and then got an injury. Obviously, he had to go off. When did he go off? 14th minute. I've given him a 6. It looked nasty because it looked innocuous, and they're always the worst ones. When you don't see it coming, they're the worst ones. So not sure what that is, or you know what the issue's going to be with them. And obviously we've got 2 big games this week, so we're probably going to miss him for both of those games. Yeah, especially if it's a hamstring as well. If it's a hamstring, then he's a pacey player, and people in the comments there telling me he's left on crutches, which is not good. So he's going to miss the next 2 games, isn't he? Disappointing, because he's our pace at the back. But again, this is Everton, isn't it? Nothing ever goes too smoothly. Alan in midfield. I thought Alan played really well today, because again, it was almost like 2 again, with someone sitting in front of them today, and he was very industrious, really worked hard, won the ball back, but not only won the ball back, was spraying passes round as well. I think he got the assist, didn't he, for Richarlison's goal? Lovely little bit of movement from Richarlison, and then he just put the ball into the space. And I thought again, it's how you use Alan. I think a lot of the time, I think it's how you use him. It's how you who you put around them is how you're going to get the best out of Alan. He's not someone who's going to sit in the number 6 role. He wants to get round the pitch. He wants to press. He wants to get on top of each other. And I think today other people pressed with him, and that's what helped him. And on the ball, I think he's good on the ball as well. So I would give him I'm going to give him a 7.5 for today. But again, it shows the power in if you have other people pressing. It helps his game. And obviously, alongside him, he had Andre Gomez, and this was probably Gomez's best game for probably since before his injury. I'd say he was superb on the ball. He showed strength. He kept it simple. He, when he won the game, he took a couple of touches and then moved into space. He was brilliant today. He really did link it all together. But he also, in defensively, I thought he did well. And I think defensively, he's not brilliant defensively. And the stats prove that out. He does tend to let a lot of people run off the back of him. Whereas today, I thought he never put himself in those positions at all. and he dealt again. Listen, it's the opposition. The opposition are not great, so I'm not going to go overboard. But I thought he played really well today, and it's good confidence for him as well. So I'm going to give him an 8. And as I said, I think a lot of people thought it was his strongest, if it may be his strongest game in an Everton shirt. As I said, he was popping up all around the pitch. He was getting himself in good areas to shoot, but he didn't always take the opportunity and kept on. He recycled the ball and made sure we kept it alive. And I think the way we played today really suited him, because we wanted to keep the ball. We weren't giving it away meaninglessly. We weren't just kicking it up the pitch. We weren't just hoofing it for the sake of it. When we had opportunities to keep the ball, we kept the ball. And even if it was in little dangerous areas, especially from the goalkeeper, we did it. And it didn't always work. There was times that maybe there was times when we should have put our foot through it and we didn't. But it's about learning, isn't it? It's about learning the way the manager wants you to play. And I suppose today was a good day for doing that, because it was an FA Cup game and it was against a team that we all probably feel like we should be beating anyway. So, yeah, probably one of certainly his best games since he come back from the injury, definitely. So, we'll see what happens. Listen, we'll see what happens. Like everything else today, it's just about today, and we'll see how it goes going forward. Anthony Gordon, again, first half I thought him and Gray looked a little bit lost in where they were playing. They just didn't look quite like they knew where they were supposed to be. But then second half, there was a little tweak in the first half, a little tweak in positions. And then in the second half, they started getting on the ball a lot more, picking her up in dangerous areas, winning the ball back as well, pressing, using their pace to press the ball to win the ball back. Anthony Gordon certainly did that on the edge of the box, and unfortunate for Andre Gomez, I think his shot was blocked. So, yeah, another strong game from Gordon. Obviously went off for a standing ovation. I've given Anthony Gordon 7.5. I think he's infectious as well. And if we're playing a pressing game, then he's ideal for that. He always wants to be involved, and I think that's a big part of it. It's just that first half, just think the players were just finding it. It's hard to transition from something you've been doing all season into something else, especially when the other thing requires you to try and keep the ball. So yeah, I've given Anthony Gordon a 7.5. I give Gomez an 8. If anyone missed that. Gray, as I said there, I've give Gray a 7. He couldn't quite get on the ball in the first half. Second half, he got on the ball a little bit more. He had a few dangerous runs without ever really creating anything. But he was opening up the space. He was dragging people all over the place. And now it'll be a case of getting more out of him understanding this position a little bit more under what Frank Lampard wants, the pressing game, which I think he's suited to, and just asking them to just do a little bit more. You see today the work rate was just in the right places. That's all. There was a confidence about it. And I think with Gray, I think he just needs to have a little bit more at times end product. I think with Gray, I don't think all season he's trusted anyone. I think he's entrusted. I don't think he trusted anybody. He went on runs with the ball and then would just probably put a cross in or fire across the box. I think maybe we've got to get ourselves in a position where we've got better players on the pitch that if he gets it, gives it, he'll get it back. And maybe he hasn't trusted people like that, but maybe having other players, Dele Alli, Van der Beek on the pitch will help him out. I've given him a 7. And Richarlison, I've given 7.5. Obviously got his goal, good goal. Worked hard today. Looked really up for it. Created problems. Was getting in front of their centre-backs. Their centre-backs were like Sunday League centre-backs. You think everything in the air you thought you were going to deal with. But Richarlison made it really hard for them today. Made sure that none of them got clean headers so it would drop to our players. I thought he took his goal really well. Lovely ball in, and it was a really good run from him, to be honest. And It was a really good finish at a really important time, just after half time. Just give us that little bit extra confidence, a little bit extra platform to go on and believe that we win the game. Because if you win a 2-0 in a game, and suddenly you can start playing the way the manager's asked you to play and have a little bit more confidence, and you could start seeing all the little triangles all over the pitch then once we got the second goal. And I know, well, after the second goal, for about 5 minutes, we did retreat a little bit, and that led to the penalty. But we kept on doing the good things after that, and all the little triangles, and Richarlison was always a foil for that, so he done well to have given 7.5. Mina, come on, obviously he came on after 13 minutes. Probably wouldn't have wanted to come on that early. Well, the manager wouldn't have wanted to come on early with 2 big games this week that he'll probably want to play in. And to be honest, it was just typical Yerry Mina, wasn't he? Scored the goal. Defensively worked, was barely ruffled, I would say. And again, I think you see the set pieces. I think set pieces for us, when he's playing defensively, we look better. On the attack, we look better. We scored from 2 set pieces. And he really helped us out. So I've give Mina a 7.5. Obviously, he got the goal. But at set pieces, we just look a lot more confident when he's playing on the pitch. And certainly today, with all that wind as well, you need that bit of confidence. You need someone who's going to go and try and win the ball. So I've given Mina a 7.5. Tosin, I'll just give him a 6 for just having spray on hair. Townsend obviously scored a goal. Give him a 7 because he got his goal, and he was in it straight away. Iwobi, Iwobi's just a big NA. The ball just kept on bouncing off him, but he wasn't on the pitch that long. So it was just a good performance. It was a good day. A lot of people enjoyed themselves. It was good to see Goodison lively, bouncing, people enjoying themselves, people getting in there in the ground quite early, and enjoying that's what football's all about, isn't it? And I think that's been taken away from a lot of us in the last few months. Well, obviously it's been taken away from us for the last nearly 2 years, hasn't it, since COVID hit. So today, I think from the start there was a lot of positivity, whereas obviously when we played Arsenal, it finished with a lot of positivity. But I think today, today was a really good day, and it was just nice to see so many people enjoy themselves. So there you go. Did Iwobi get assist for Townsend? Oh, well, fair enough. Iwobi can have a 6 then. Sound, whatever. I'd stopped sort of concentrating by then, so I'd seen the through ball by Townsend, by Tosin, and thought, here we go. Okay, you can have a 6 then. Sound. I still hadn't got over the one where he got free on the left hand side and the ball just bounced away from him. All right, he got an assist. Sound. Good for him. Everyone's been positive, isn't it? Because Tosin got a pre-assist, I think, for that goal as well. So, to be honest, I just couldn't be bothered talking about it. He did get an assist, fair play, and Townsend took it well. So, listen, it's a win, isn't it? And hopefully we take that into Tuesday, and we take that atmosphere to Goodison next week. And we'll have players available, and let's see we get in let's see who we get tomorrow, and hopefully we get someone a bit more comfortable to get into the next round. So yeah, I'll just recap them. Jordan Pickford got a 7. Seamus Coleman got 6.5. Michaelenko got 5.5. Michael Keane got 7. Mason Holgate got 7. Ben Godfrey 6. Allen 7.5. Andre Gomez 8. Andy Gordon 7.5. Grace 7. Richarlison 7.5. Mina 7. Tosin 6. Townsend 7. Iwobi 6. There you go. There's the full rundown of the player ratings today. Make sure you check out my instant Gladys Street reaction. It's got some videos in as well of the match as well. Not the match because I'm not to that, but of the fans and stuff. So make sure you check that out. Fans singing Frankie Lampard and all that. And make sure you check out Baz's videos as well. There you go. Thanks for watching, and hopefully we can stay nice and positive going forward.
See you later.